This is NDTV, and you're watching Classics.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Eye to Eye, and our guest this evening is the actress Konkana Sen Sharma. Hello Konkana, welcome to the show. Hi, it's nice to be here. So tell us Konkana, how was it being directed by your mother Aparna Sen? What was the entire experience like? It was an interesting experience. I think I didn't know what to expect when I went into it, in the sense that I actually didn't think about it much. I remember Ma said that, do you want to do this role, Meenakshi Iyer? It's very interesting. And at that time I had said that, she's a Tamilian. Why don't you get another Tamilian to play the character? Why a Bengali, this, that. And I had some resistance because I think I didn't have enough faith in myself. But I'm glad she did have faith in me, that is. And of course, once we got to the floor, it was completely different because all the faith kind of vanished. Maybe she was having second thoughts, I don't know. But she used to scold me a lot. I think I was the most scolded person on the set. It's like if she yells at me at home, she would yell at me on the set. But I was also possibly the most pampered person after the baby, Isha Chauhan. So why don't you tell us about the baby? How was it working with Isha Chauhan? I believe she's a little girl and she's your niece. Yeah, she is actually. She is my cousin sister's daughter, and her name is Aisha. She's not a boy. She's not Santanam in real life, and she was the star of the show. She was the most adored and loved baby. Everyone constantly wanted to take her on their lap. In fact, the cameraman Gautam Ghosh was constantly like he would forget to take the shot. As soon as he saw Aisha, he would melt. In fact, everyone would. And in fact, we taught Aisha the word pack up. And we'd constantly tell Aisha to say pack up to my mother whenever we wanted a break. So, Konkana, we read in quite a few places that you've prepared a lot to, actually adopt the personality of Meenakshi Iyer, that you went to the South, etc. But how was it post the film? In the sense, how did you actually let go of the character, if you did at all? Was it hard? Yes, I'm glad you asked this question because it was hard. In fact, for the first month or two after I finished shooting, most of the time I would be speaking in a Tamil accent. In fact, the first bit of acting work that I did after Mr. and Mrs. Iyer was a play called Pinky and Asha Mary. And it was really difficult because in the rehearsals I would constantly talk in a Tamil accent. I mean, not in a very pronounced Tamil accent, but it was there. And I had to make a conscious effort to let go of it. And all of it, just her walking, and I had gotten used to having long hair. And suddenly I would feel very naked without that long plait and things like that. So, and I missed the baby a hell of a lot. I really did. So you obviously worked very hard. It was difficult to let go and all of that. But in spite of everything, did you have any inkling that you would win the national award? And how did it feel? What was your first reaction? No, I didn't actually. Very honestly, I didn't. In fact, I was quite sure that the last date for filling in the applications had passed. I remember my mother was out of town and she was very panicky, and she called me on the phone and she was like, check if the film has been sent and the forms have been filled up correctly. And I remember doing all that for her. And suddenly I remember doing all of that, but suddenly the date came, and I got a phone call early in the morning, and early for me, that is, about 8 or 8:30 when I was sleeping. And I was told that, I think a journalist called and said that, you've received the national award, and how do you feel? And I was extremely excited and very happy. And actually, I couldn't believe it because, it wasn't really announced. And it was only at about 2 in the afternoon that it was announced. And I could actually believe it because till then I thought, someone's made a really, really terrible mistake. It's a cruel joke that's being played on me. And actually, it'll be given to someone else. But it felt great. I was very happy. I jumped around for a while. I was very excited, called some friends. And then I went back to sleep. And then I woke up at about 11. Then I kind of sunk in eventually. So did you always know that you wanted to act? And was it a calling? Like your mother, I believe your mother always knew she wanted to act. But what about you? Yeah. No, I didn't actually. I was never very sure what I wanted to be. I'm kind of a drifter. I like to think I still am a drifter and that I don't know what I want to do. In spite of winning the award, does that not mean anything? Are you still a drifter, or do you want to continue with acting? I'm not sure actually. I find these questions very difficult to answer, and I don't like to get tied down to one thing or pinned down to a particular answer. But it's true, I never wanted it's not like I consciously did not want to be an actress,
Yeah.
but it just didn't occur to me. I mean, my mother would say, you know, you're a good
Okay.
actor and you should consider it, etc. But I kind of thought I wanted to be a journalist. Not that I really knew what journalism was all about, or I had even made any concrete plans to go to journalism school or anything. But that's something which is definitely at the back of my mind, more than acting was anyway. And even now, I think I'm going to continue with acting because there are some interesting projects which have come up. But yeah, as long as they're interesting projects, I think I'll continue with acting. Otherwise, I'll just go look for a job somewhere. So you mentioned you had some interesting projects. Would you like to tell us about it? Yeah, right now actually I'm in Delhi because I'm shooting for Imandar. It's tentatively titled Imandar. It's a film by Manu Raval where I play a double role. I play two different characters, and it's a film with Zafar Karachiwala, and it's an English film. And I'm very excited about it because I mean, of course, for the first time I'm playing a double role. Really? Double role, that should be interesting. Just like you and me, two different characters. My friends tease me about it saying, oh, you're doing a Sita and Geeta. But it's not. It's really not. It's going to be, it's very challenging to play completely different characters. So I'm looking forward to that. Other than that, I'm also doing a film in December called Raat Akeli Hai, which is being directed by Siddharth Srinivasan. And I think that has Tara Sharma and Baman Irani. And I'm really looking forward to that as well. It's a horror film. And I've never done that. So, see, that's why it's interesting because I don't want to do just the same kind of thing again and again. In fact, after Mr. and Mrs. Iyer, I got some offers from the South, which is really interesting. And I was really glad because I felt that, you know, I was accepted as a Tamilian, which is what I had set out to do as Meenakshi Iyer. I'm also doing a film with Madhur Bhandarkar, which is called Page 3, and where I do play a journalist, which is great because I guess since I've always wanted to be one, I'll get to play it out in the film. And there's another project which I'm really excited about, which is called Ammu. This is a film directed by Shonali Bose, where I'm playing an NRI. So I actually have to go to the US in November
Okay.
and pick up an American accent.